Hey, hello. My name is Ife Adeagbo and I help transformational expert and business leaders increase their visibility and growth by launching or relaunching signature brands that give them access to global stages and help them establish profitable consulting and publishing systems. You're welcome, and I want you to give me just a few minutes of your time, and I will prove to you that more information might be killing and destroying your brand and business and even your information products. Wait. Before you crucify me, I really want to tell you that, truth be told, more information may be doing more harm than good to you. How? I know that, yes, we are in the information age and in the technology age, and what has happened drastically is that information has increased. Now we have more content online, we have people producing content, people curating and generating content day by day, and sometimes you wonder, am I supposed to jump on this bandwagon? And of course, we have so many people asking you to launch your information products, launch your digital products, and that may actually be causing you more harm than good. Why? So I have this two-part training that I'll just drop briefly, and that's why I got my notes so that I do not overstep my time. And I'll show you 3 ways why more information may be destroying your brand and business. Number 1 is that, more information right now is leading to information overload. And information overload is that point where people get to, and it seems like the information they have is so much that it leads to overwhelm. So imagine your product or your content being the next information overload. Can you see how it's possible that releasing another information product may actually damage your brand than help it? Because if it contributes to a customer, a consumer's information overload, it leads to overwhelm, and then they attach that overwhelming feeling to you. Let me ask you, how many times have you tried reading a book and then you get to the middle of it and then you just get overwhelmed and then you feel the author is not good enough? Or how many times have you signed up for a program, maybe a mentoring program or a coaching program, and you are so loaded with information that you begin to feel so overwhelmed, but then you transfer that feeling of overwhelm to the author or the person that launched the program? So actually, information might be doing more harm than good to your brand. Secondly, let me see. There is increased distraction, which is leading people to the next shining object. If you're like me, I know that I've signed up for a couple of programs, courses, books that I start reading and enjoying, and before you know it, I see another information product or content that looks exactly like it but looks better. So in the information system and in this information market where somebody is trying to beat the other person based on better information, it is actually distracting. So you see yourself moving from one person to another because you're just looking for the next best shining object, this shiny next best shining object syndrome or something. So sometimes more information is distracting, and you are going to be joining that bandwagon if what you insist on is just producing another information product. And finally, you know what? Before I go to that, there is this thing about moving on to the next best thing. It makes the former person inferior in your perception to this new person, and you do not want to risk being the former person. All right. So finally, more information most times also leads to disappointment. All right. So because People have consumed so much information. People are buying the next book. They are jumping on the next blog post. They are just scrolling through Instagram, and it feels like, oh my goodness, I keep consuming so much information, and I don't get I don't get any result. What happens? They get disappointed. And if you release another information product or just more information, and then you stand the risk of them feeling, I'm just going to get disappointed again. All right, I'm just going to get disappointed again. And I've spoken to people who tell me that, honestly, most of the programs they engage out there, there's just too much information. I mean, they just keep loading them with lots and lots of information, and it gets frustrating, but most importantly, it gets disappointing. I do not want to be that next person. So, what should you be doing instead? I've got a few things for you to do instead of join the bandwagon of people that are, producing more and producing more information, and they are making people frustrated and disappointed. Now, what can you do? Number one thing you need to do is that you need to go for transformation and not more information. All right? What do I mean by transformation and not more information? It means that whatever you're trying to put out there, whether a brand, whether a business, and whether it's another digital or information product, you need to target transformation. What is the result that they need to be looking forward to experiencing with you? Not what is the knowledge. It is what is the transformation? What problem are you trying to solve with this information? What improvement are you trying to bring with this information? What help are you trying to create with this information? When you can distill that, you upgrade and transition yourself from those that are just chunking out information which may be causing more harm to their brands, and then you enter the league of those that are transforming lives and attracting more people to their brand. So I just said, more transformation, less information. So whatever you can do, all right, to bring about transformation to people's lives is what you should focus on, not so much information. Now, secondly, you need to also focus on more motivation and less information. So I'm not talking about being a motivational speaker here. I'm talking about having a system, that pushes people, having a system that energizes people, having a system that inspires people. I said that, it takes more than knowing what to do, but being pushed and having the inner energy to do it. The feel, the push, the energy is not what you get from information. The information may tell you what to do, but it takes more than that to actually do it. You need more energy, you need more push. And how do you do that? You connect to people through your brand stories and experiences. So you need to create experiences for people. Give them a hand point of transformation, but also create experiences for them. Create a brand story for them. Create something that inspires, that motivates, that encourages, that pushes. Something that they can link your information to, that is a source of inspiration that can then help them carry out the steps that they need to carry out. And because I do not want this to be just another information overload, I'm going to define our thing. Structure, not more information. More structure, not more information. I mean, people tend to get things done when they are disciplined in carrying it out. But research have it that even where discipline fails, an enabling environment promotes. So when you want somebody to do something, let's say, for example, you want somebody to engage in a weight loss program, and then you get them to have a weight loss buddy, an accountability partner, or then you get them to involve their families, and then they change their menu, and then they change what is available in their in their refrigerator, or they stop being the one that does the shopping. Someone else does the shopping so that they shop right, and then they are not just following up on their impulses to just take anything. That structure helps to aid transformation faster than just information would. So you need to look into how can my brand or my business, number one, establish a transformation in the lives of people. Number two, engineer motivation. And number three, enhance structure that helps people to get into a mode that makes engaging your information faster and easier. So we have things like having an enabling environment, going through accountability, adding a mentoring or a coaching or a community experience. What you're trying to do is get people into a structure that helps them to carry out what they need to do. To what? To experience the transformation. So this is the part where I know that with this very short video, I have delivered to you a transformational experience, which is I have helped you see that more information could be damaging your brand and business. And what else can you do involved in these three things? Now, I know this can seem overwhelming. How am I supposed to come up with my transformational and an idea? How am I supposed to transform that transformational idea into a step-by-step signature system? How am I supposed to create motivation, a brand story, a brand experience, a course that makes people inspired and energized to follow through with whatever I'm trying to give to them? How am I supposed to, create a structure for my consumers or customers so that they can follow through and then enjoy transformation that they paid for? That is why I am here. So you can work with me on either two levels. Let's have a one-on-one system where we sit down depending on what you need, and we are able to come up with your own signature transformational system and everything you need to deliver it appropriately to your consumers. Or you join my visibility and growth program, where I have a group of people through a mastermind session and even some group coaching calls to launch their signature brand and also establish a profitable consulting and publishing system around it, putting into consideration not more information but more transformation. If you think this sounds like you, then I want you to quickly just jump in for my free 30 minutes strategy session. This is just 30 minutes that I am gifting you so that we can look at what you're doing already, look at a few loopholes that might be in it, and then I'll suggest one or two things which you can do to enhance what you're doing presently. And let's see, maybe you will be jumping on a one-on-one with me or enrolling for my 4 weeks visibility and growth program. I hope I've been able to deliver a transformational idea to you, and you will start using it immediately. Thank you very much. My name is Ife Adeagwu, and it's been my pleasure serving you. Bye.